gladiators of the Silt, speed junkies, endurance warriors on a 100-mile battlefield. These are the drones of District 38, a freakishly devoted clan addicted to throttle. The battle of Sunday starts with the bomb, and today they're bringing the war to you.
On any given Sunday, you can find these folks on their bikes. They race annually in the Imperial Valley about 90 miles east of San Diego. There are 5 clubs that make up the AMA-sanctioned district: Over the Belt Racing, Full Throttle MC, Roadrunners, IV Racing, and Chicken Bones.
Drugs, booze, keeping me amused. I've been feeling blue and I think you do too. Who knew the good a bitch could do? Bitches up and down.
These are the racers, families, and friends of District 38. They are proud and fast. They have nicknames like Airtime, BK, Doc, Putt Putt, and Captain. They are heavily sponsored and ride some of the most high-tech racing machines on the planet. Sit down with us as we explore their entire 2006 race year as we saw it.
One, two, taking off my shoe, falling into bed with a splitting headache. For Christ's sake, give the boy a break. Evening's coming round, I'll be back on the town again. Over and over and over and over again. We will. Over and over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. puts a needle in the dream. Look around, everybody's cashed it. First it puts a needle in its skin, then you put the body in the casket. Put the blood into the stone. First you put the needle in the bone, then you never have to feel alone. First you put the body in its skin, then it does everything you ask it. First you put the needle in its skin, then you put the body in the casket. Outside, but I know they'll never hear a sound. For 1,000,000 years they lied. Everyone they seek has drowned. I will never let them in inside. I will never let them dig my hole. Put the needles in a basket. Put the bodies in a casket.
Sport has grown rapidly. It's not uncommon to draw 2,000 people for a weekend race. A pit row a half-mile long on both sides. There's a great vibe out here also with guys that have been around for decades and raced when few did. Guys like Wes Feeler.
The District 38's really growing back to what it used to be back in the day, because it was getting pretty small for a while. The quad class shrunk to 4 or 5 guys, and we're up to 50 guys now. I'm glad to see everybody coming back. Now the problem is they love to make us run over all these big rocks.
How's the quad working?
It's working pretty good. A little bit stiff on the front, but we're working on it. It's riding a lot better than it was 2 races ago.
Who are some of your sponsors?
CMC of San Diego, #1, all the time. Who else? Just shocking.
Basically, we just, when we tell people, like, setting up suspension, it really is a very personal thing. Suspension is very subjective, and I know people that have bought a stock bike, run it, and just been happy. And we tell them, hey, great, there's no reason to change anything if you're real happy with a bike. But, like we were talking earlier, today's suspension, when you have a bike, it's set for off-road, and you want to go take it to the motocross track, or, motocross bike, next thing you know, you're racing off-road. You may not be able to dial it in quite right with just the external adjustments. So that's a big part of our business, is to help fine-tune the internals through valving, spring rates, oil type, and weight, to try to set it up correctly as best we can for each person's individual needs. Hi, this is Bob Bell from Precision Concepts, and you're watching an episode of Pinned.
I'd smoke a half a cigarette. I know you want to be forgiven. That's not required in the place I have to go.
So can we get some predictions for the race?
Absolutely, man. Goal is to stay on all 4 tires.
How bad are you going to beat Jason Stratton today?
You know what? It's going to get ugly.
It's going to get ugly. Isn't it?
I think it is, yeah. You know, it's youth is going to start catching up to it. I think it's going to start today.
This is Jason Stratton, 2Q. I'm out here for one reason and one reason only, to beat up on Ben Irwin. You know, you can't have a guy that comes out here from Vegas for one day thinking he's just going to kick all of District 38's ass. Not going to happen.
My time gets shorter every second that I wait. You tell me not to worry. You don't know how it is when all you feel is hate. I fall into the shadow. Well, that's okay, you only love my shadow anyway, yeah. And I fall down, and you breathe out.
You've seen a lot of different terrain so far, and that's what we love about our desert. Things are changing rapidly, though, and the governing land agency out here, the BLM, is under constant pressure from environmental groups to shut down sanctioned racing. As this situation may cause some to become adversarial, the leaders of our club see it as a developing partnership with the BLM to do what's right to ensure future sanctioned racing in our district.
Our main struggle is working with the BLM, and I don't want to sound negative about that. We've opened up lines of communication the last 3 or 4 months, and I have to say that we're much further along than we were at the close of '06. We live in race in times where our desert, as we know it out in the Imperial Valley, is a shrinking desert. We gave up the Mount Signal area to race in about 10 years ago, Yuha about 8 years ago, Carrizo 5 years ago. We basically have the Plaster City staging areas up into the Superstition Mountains. It is good terrain. We just need to be more organized and keep the lines of communication open with the BLM, and basically as citizens using the desert, partner with the BLM, and we both have a stake in this. We want to use the desert, and at the same time we also want to conserve it and make sure it's here for our racers for years to come.
The last event of the season is a 2-race format, taking the race deep into the afternoon. Teams of 2 split time on the course, connected by a wristband and a wheel to catch the team in front of them. A common pit is lined with crews facilitating the switch. Although the course is short and lap times are hovering around 12 minutes, visibility is low and the danger is high. Just prior to the home check, a masterclass rider is down hard. Spectators rush to his aid to find him totally unresponsive. The call immediately goes out to the course medics, Lassar. As this rider starts to decline, another rider is on course and about to face his first major crash of his young career. The following crash is fully documented with an onboard camera and microphone.
Are you okay? Can you move? Move your toes?
Chicken Bones' Tim McFarland has serious head injuries and doesn't know it. In fact, Tim has no idea where he is or what he is doing standing on a race course.
What the f***? How did I get here?
His brain begins looping and fixates on what day it is. More specifically, the actual date.
Hey, what day is it? Seriously? Yeah. Sunday. Yeah, but the date? 14th, I think. The 14th of? January.
The racer on the yellow quad is starting to figure out something is wrong. He makes the choice to stay with Tim, thus ending his own race.
What day is it? 14th of January. What day is it? Sunday, 14th.
Tim McFarland has no memory of the race. In fact, the footage from his helmet cam is the only memory he will likely ever have. He will make a full recovery and race again.
Alright, that goes down, rider.
The Masterclass rider was airlifted back to San Diego, and although he remained in critical condition, he is expected to survive. Our racing is interrupted annually by heat. A built-in summer break to fix broken bikes and bones, and the time in which desert riders get creative. On any given Friday night in the industrial parks of San Diego's North County, you can find a group of desert riders hell-bent on entertaining themselves. This is the old Granddad Flat Track series, a ridiculous but somehow cool idea developed by 60-year-old entrepreneur Jim Ford. Oh, and by the way, Jim is number 16. Joe, welcome to round 4 of the old Granddad Whiskey Flat Track series. Welcome to San Diego.
Thanks a lot. Having a great time out here tonight, kicking butt, sliding around with the other big boys.
How's the track conditions here?
Slippery, but slippery is fast, so I'm having a blast out here tonight.
Now, I heard coming out of Omaha, you had a little spill in corner 3. You all recovered from that?
I am a little stretched hamstring, but doing good. Ready to get back out there and do some hardcore racing again.
Coming out of Santa Fe, New Mexico in the trailer park episode, how'd that go?
I had that thing hung out but wide open, and just getting out there sliding with the boys, having a great time out there trading a little plastic.
We're here at Chef John's Kitchen here at the Old Granddad Whiskey Flat Track Series. What we got going out here, John?
We got a little kielbasa and some hot dogs and some beans and peppers. We're chowing down.
This is how we roll, isn't it?
Oh, this is the way to do it.
Okay, man.
Hi, I'm Jim with Old Granddad Flat Track Series. You're watching an episode of Pin.
Hey, I'm Joe. We're from San Diego, and we're kicking butt out here on the Old Granddad Whiskey Flat Track Series.
Get over here, Andy. You do it.
I am Joe from San Diego, and watching the series of Jesus criminy.